G'day so-and-sos, welcome to my sewing room. My name's Cathy. My furry sidekick Lucy Purr is having a nap over on the floor over there. I'm sure she'll make an appearance at some point. And today's video is all about you guys. We are doing another viewer bag video. So I have an email address I use for my YouTube, and we have a group Facebook where you guys can post photos of the bags or send me photos of the bags that you've made along with my tutorials. And then every 6 months or so I try to do a video featuring and showcasing some of those. So that's what we're doing today. So the first bag that we're looking at is by Bonnie. And I'm going to say this for so many of the photos that I pop up on the screen, but it's true. Bonnie has picked the most fabulous fabric for this style of bag. It is giving me such 50 vibes with those cherries against the yellow, and it's gorgeous. And with that style of bag, I can just see a teenage girl carrying that to the beach to have a picnic with her friends, and you know, in a matching swimsuit, and just very cute. So well done to Bonnie. And the second one is by Allison, and Allison has done the Louis Vuitton dupe bag that we did a while ago. So all of the bags that you see today, you'll be able to find a free tutorial and patterns and whatever on my channel for. So yeah, but I don't necessarily have all of them in the background because I've given them away or donated them or whatever. So Allison did the Louis Vuitton dupe one, and I love the print that she's chosen as well with Marilyn. It's very pretty, but it fits perfectly on that style. So she's done a fantastic job. And I think she's done a really good job on the grommets and the hardware of that bag as well, because it's not a difficult bag to do, but the grommets and stuff like that, if you haven't done them before, they can be a little bit tricky to get right, and it looks like she has absolutely nailed it. And Allison, I'd love to know where you got that print from, if it's a vinyl or a cotton woven. But yeah, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now the next couple that I will put up are by Anita. And Anita made the boxy bag, but she's made it her own, which I absolutely love, and which I strongly encourage you to do with any of my patterns. You are more than welcome to do it, is to change them up and make them your own. Add a zipper, take out a zipper, add a pocket, add a strap, make it bigger, make it smaller. It's one of these guys, and she's added in all those bits and pieces, which is very, very clever. Now for my pattern on this, I do it with no raw edges on the inside and no bias tape. And I've also got a video up on how to make the pattern in any size, how to adjust it so you can make it in any size. And again, it's free. You don't need to pay for it. You don't need to give me your email or anything at all. Now this next one, again, I love the fabric, and it goes to show how your fabric choices can really change up a bag. Like when Ashley sent me this one, I had to look at it a couple of times and go, that's one of mine, isn't it? And it is. It's this one here in the background there. So with the colors that she's used, it's just really highlighted those side panels because it's such a bold, pretty print, and yeah, absolutely love it. And it looks like the interfacing that she's used have made it, like mine's quite floppy. Oh, knock it over, Cathy, good job. But hers looks like it's a little bit firmer. So that's something else that you can do with the bags, is to, you know, if you don't like a floppy look or if you don't like a firm look, play with the interfacing. Like I'll tell you at the beginning of a video, or I'll have, you know, like in the description box with the measurements and fabrics and stuff, what interfacing I've used. But if you look at it and go, you know what, I think I'd like that softer, or I think my machine might not like really firm interfacing, I'm going to go with a softer one. Again, have a play and see what works for you and for your machine and for the style of bag that you are looking to make. Now, this next one is by Elizabeth, and it is so pretty, and it looks like I love the fact that she's used the webbing for the strap. That would make life a little bit easier. And she's chosen it to go with the zipper. And I think Elizabeth has matched up those colors really well, especially with the pinky purple sort of color in the daisies. And this one looks nice and soft. So I'd say she's used like maybe a light fusible fleece for it, which a domestic machine is going to handle really easily if you want to make it. And yeah, great job. I love these, and I can't show you because, and I think I renamed the video, my friends pinch these as soon as I make them. It's a makeup bag, and when you open it up, it folds open into a tray. And they're so much fun to make, and yeah, I haven't got one. The last one I made for myself, one of my girlfriends come to visit and she's like, oh, I like that, I'm taking it. And yeah, that was it. So I really need to make myself another one because they're super popular. My mates just pinch them. So that's another one that on my channel, I have a corresponding pattern tutorial on how to enlarge or shrink the pattern into any size. So yeah, great job with Elizabeth on that one. I love it. Oh, I think this is the same Elizabeth. That's hard to say with a lisp. Elizabeth? I think it is the same Elizabeth, but if it's not, forgive me. But I love this one too. I love the bunnies. And I said to her that she chose the perfect print for that one because that bunny and his ears just fit perfectly on that bag, on that panel. And she answered going, lol, it was a fluke. But sometimes flukes are just awesome like that. And I love the green that she's used on the inside. And I also love the handles. So I still have that one. So I've used like little crescent shaped handles for it. And I love the big chunky ones that she used. Again, it's a really retro type look. And that's what I wanted with that type of bag. And that's why I've used cherries on mine, is to give it that sort of retro 50s, 60s type feel. And the square handles work really well. And that's another way of making it your own and adding your own flair and your own style to it. So yeah, great job. And I love the bunnies. I think she's done a great job on that one. Now this next one is by Erin. And Erin made this sling bag that we made a while ago. So yeah, love the orange and the green, and it looks like she's used a type of waterproof type canvas, water resistant canvas, which is very clever on this type of bag, because this bag I designed with the idea of, you know, parents or grandparents or, you know, someone that needs their hands free with whatever they're doing. So yeah, great for taking out if you're going out to the kids. I mean, I have it in my head that, you know, she's at a water park or something like that with this bag, or Disneyland. I just think, I don't know if Erin is America, but I just think all Americans go to Disneyland. Just like you guys think we rode kangaroos to school. But that's what I had in my mind when I was designing this bag. So I think that waterproof canvas was a really great choice. And I love Erin, let me know what you did with that webbing. Did you buy that webbing so it's green on one side and orange on the other, or did you put two pieces of webbing together? Because I've never thought about doing that with webbing, of putting two different colours together, but now you've given me that idea, I'm going to pinch it. Okay, is that the same Erin? I think it's the same Erin. Did the witch's hat that we made for Halloween. And again, fantastic, great print choice, so witchy and fun and whimsical and Halloweenish. And again, that was a really fun project. And it looks like Erin's used a much stiffer interfacing than what I used, which I love. I love the height that she's got on it, and the structure. The one that I made so it sort of flops over a little bit, I think. But great job. And I think I've got another witch's hat in there by probably Donna. And again, another one by Erin, the same thing with the sling bag. And you can see the difference and the different looks that she's got. So in the first one with the green sort of waterproof type fabric, and then this one with those pretty flowers at the top and then the purple down the bottom. And I've said this before, is when you're making bags, if you get comfortable with the pattern, then you can mix it up, make it bigger, smaller, different types of fabric, and you can end up with a bunch of different bags that look completely different, like they're different patterns. So if you're someone that has an Etsy store or you do markets or something like that, you can get familiar with the pattern so that you can smash it out, but still end up with a heap of different looking bags. So this next one was sent to me just a couple of days ago by, her username is Mia Mega, and her Insta is on there as well, at Lost Daughters on Insta. And she made this slouchy bucket bag that we did last week before, or the last time that I did a bag, I think. And again, I love the fabric. It goes to show how different fabric, and not only the different pattern, but the different type of fabric can give a bag a completely different look. Like I've used a vinyl with Hello Kitty, and again, she's used this retro looking, I'm so into retro at the moment. She's used this retro looking pattern, and it looks like maybe it's like an upholstery fabric or something like that. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous, and she's done a fantastic job. So go and check her out on Insta and give her a follow, because I think she deserves it. She's done a great job with that one. The next one is by Donna, and Donna loves this pattern. Donna, I think, I'm pretty sure Donna does more sewing than me, and she makes more bags than me. And Donna is absolutely fantastic. And I hope I don't sound patronizing, Donna, but the progression that I've seen in Donna's work from when she first started sending me photos of her work to now, she has progressed so much in her bag making and sewing in general. And I really hope that's not condescending, because I know that she's been sewing for a little while. But just the detail and the stitches, and she smashes them out. And it's a great example of how, if you get to know a pattern and you can work with it, then it just, it's practice. You get better and better. And I love that purple. I think she said she made that one for her daughter. So yeah, I think I've got some more of Donna's in a minute as well. Now the next one is by Jan. And I know it sounds silly because I don't know her or anything like that, but I'm so proud of Jan. Jan posted that photo, I think, on my Facebook, and said that it was her first time making any sort of bag or pouch or anything like that. So she has done a great job, especially, it's got the zipper, it's got the hardware, it's got the zipper tab and the little wristlet. So it's a beginner level one, but there are a lot of components to it. It's not just, two pieces of fabric. You make the front panel and to make the wristlet and the connector tabs and all that type of thing. So Jan did a fantastic job of that, and I can see her top stitching and everything else, and she's just got it just so lovely. And I love that on the actual pouch itself, she's used a black for the top stitching, and then on the wristlet, she's used that white color, at least for the inside. So she's tied in the white out of that fabric onto the strap, and then the black out of it onto the main pouch, which is clever. I always say, pick your top stitching thread. You don't have to match it to the fabric. It can be contrasting, and if you contrast it, if you do top stitching well, it's a real feature. So yeah, great job. Another one by Donna. Donna made the witch's hat as well, and same thing, she's made hers quite structured, like Erin did as well. So, and she made this to wear to her grandson's football game, which I absolutely love, on Halloween. And I love the spiders that she's added to it, and the Go Wildcats. So, go Wildcats for that football team. So yeah, she's done a great job. And another one by Donna, which she did around Halloween. And again, that was that same sling bag. So again, it goes to show what different fabric, different hardware and everything else goes, can make a bag look so much different and give it such a different vibe. And the next one is by Casey. And I've been friends with Casey for years on Facebook. We both have a love of Stephen King, and we met in different book groups. And we've been good mates ever since. So Casey busted out her sewing machine, and Casey has an excellent sense of style. This woman just has, she's very, very talented in her craft and stuff like that. So, and I know she has an Etsy store, so I'll check with her and see if she's still got the Etsy store and if I can pop that up on the screen. But yeah, Casey did the grocery bag that we did a while ago, and yeah, she's a very talented and just fabulous person. Now, I think this is, second last one, Simon. So Simon has made some boxy bags and some pouches with the little wristlet strap, and I just love them. He was all ready for Christmas, he said. So well done, Simon, and thank you, Simon, for being a subscriber and a viewer. So, and I think you've done a great job on them, and whoever got them as their Christmas present, I'm sure they appreciated them very much, because you are one talented dude. Now, this last one is Brinna. And I love this one. I actually saved this one for last because I actually think this one is my favorite out of the ones that I've shown you today. Because of the fabric and the shape that she's got, she has just absolutely nailed this little boxy bag. The print is a perfect size for it, and it's just very, very pretty. And you can see the structure that she's got with, I'd say it's fusible fleece or something like that. That's what I've recommended. She's got like that perfect shape, and she's just done those side seams perfectly. And then she's incorporated a little rose zipper head to go along with her fabric. And it looks like that is, well, it is one of the Singer Heavy Duty series in the background, which I personally think are a great machine. I see in a lot of sewing groups that these machines get hammered when people say, should I buy this machine? And people are like, no, you know, they're plastic and junk and whatever. I actually think they're a fantastic little machine. And I started off, first of all, on a Singer Start, which was like, you know, basic $80 Australian machine, and then I moved up to one of these within a couple of months, and I absolutely loved it. I think it was a fantastic machine. So I think she has done a fantastic job. She's got a gorgeous little machine. I love how she's jazzed it up, and yeah, I think that's my favorite out of the whole lot. Okay, well, that is it. It is all about you guys. You were all fantastic, and without you guys watching and making bags along with my tutorial, I wouldn't be here doing this. So I appreciate you all very, very much. And yeah, Lucy Purr is still asleep, so she didn't make an appearance, but she appreciates you very much as well. Okay guys, keep sewing, and I strongly encourage you to learn something new. Like all these people have, you know, tried something new, whether it's sewing or anything else that you want to try in life. If you want to learn how to do balloon animals, go buy some bloody balloons and pucker up. Just, you are never too old to learn something new, and we should be doing that throughout our entire life to keep things interesting. All right, we'll see you next week, peeps. See ya.
Bugger.